The value of preparation is illustrated in some work that we did a number of years ago with the State Department of Mental Health and an organization of former patients in the mental health system who refer to themselves as consumer survivors. These two entities had gotten together and received a federal grant to reduce the use of restraint and seclusion in state mental health facilities. Now, restraint is where somebody is tied down to a bed or restrained otherwise against their will, and seclusion is being put in a room alone, again, against one's will. Both parties were passionately committed to reducing the use of these techniques. And they had worked together very well for about a year until conversations got personal and people began to talk about their experience. At this point, communication broke down and work on the grant ceased. We started to work with both parties in a long process of preparation, talking with everybody in advance, and then working with them in separate groups to identify the kinds of things that triggered responses that led to continuing conflict, and brainstormed with them about ways of doing things differently. That preparation, that advanced work, enabled people to come together in dialogue, change the ways they communicate with each other, discover new things about each other, increase their understanding and respect, continue to work on the grant to complete its work, and then jointly host a state conference to support other people who are doing similar work and to celebrate the completion of the grant. Replaying conflicts as they have spun out in the past is ineffective at best and damaging at worst, as people are re-traumatized and plunged into the hopelessness that prevents forward movement. So we want to prevent that process from happening. We don't want to invite people to re-experience that. One of the responsibilities of the facilitator is to help people prepare themselves for a journey into something new, so that that process is not repeated. And the way we do that is by having a guided conversation, an interview that enables people to reflect on their experience of the conflict, to remember both the good and the bad of the people that they may be involved with, to recall capacities that they have to engage that they may have forgotten about, that just may not be available to them in the present moment. This process of preparatory interviews enables people to enhance their trust in the facilitator, enhance their trust in the process, have a clearer sense of their own purposes and goals, starts them thinking about how they want to engage when they get into the room, and enables the facilitator to come away with ideas about what to avoid in the coming conversation and how to support the person that they've spoken with. An interview with a facilitator may be the first time a partisan in a conflict might experience being deeply heard by someone who is not like-minded. This experience can inspire trust in the facilitator and leave people feeling that the process will provide a safe enough space so that they can risk speaking from the heart. In a preparatory interview, the participant is invited to step back from the heat of their conflict and to review it, to reflect on their purposes, their hopes, their concerns, and what may have worked in the past in connecting with their opponents. As the organizational development consultant and writer David Cooperrider has said, attention gives life. What we attend to grows. Preparatory interview gives people the opportunity to attend to more than just what isn't working. Conflict narrows people's experience of themselves and of the other when they're in the heat of conflict. Inquiry provides the opportunity to expand awareness of the multiple dimensions that conflict holds for the individuals involved. In the preparatory interview, we invite people to expand their awareness, to expand their curiosity about their own experience, and go into the dialogue process with a much more complete picture, both of themselves and of the other and of the situation that they're involved with. As people share their hopes, concerns, and ideas, they experience themselves more as agents, as having choice and control over the process. They become co-creators and collaborators in creating a process which then they have a sense of ownership and responsibility for, and a greater investment in its success. This approach also ensures that the process that's created is going to be culturally responsive and appropriate. The preparation process also enables facilitators to know what to support and what to discourage in a dialogue, to be able to address power imbalances, and also to establish a relationship with participants before coming into the dialogue room. It enables the facilitator also to have greater insight into the experience of participants, the process of the conflict, and to get their ideas about what might make things work differently and incorporate them into the dialogue structure.